This is the Q&A for the Ranch family.
Welcome to the Ranch family.
All right, guys, this is episode number 2. For those that missed the last episode, it was my first video editing and everything else, which I think it went fine. But this is episode 2, and this episode is more towards a Q&A type of style, just, so you can get to know us a little bit more and get to know us on the project that we're about to take on with the land and the farm and the kids and the animals and everything else. But I have some questions here on my phone that we're going to be answering, and Tyrene is going to be a part of it. I'm going to be a part of it, and hopefully you guys like everything that you see here. Okay. Question number 1. What made you decide to buy a whole ranch without a single animal? More than anything, I think that question is like, okay, like the land was there, it was a great opportunity. There wasn't animals in the land. I think if there was animals there, gladly we would have taken the animals, I guess.
That's a weird question.
Yeah,
I don't know if I get it.
But in this case, I think, if there was animals, great. If not, whatever, we'll put animals in there, right?
It's just a weird question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see. What's been the weirdest thing that we have found on the land so far? So
You could better answer
I
that.
can answer that. I've seen a bunch of snake skins laying around, so I know there's snakes in there. And
It's
neighbor.
not weird. It's just.
It's not weird, but I guess if I have to say
Have
something
you found
weird,
anything weird, like
No,
items
never.
or?
Not really. No, nothing weird. Just a snake skin, which I guess is part of having the land, right? So I wouldn't say
Yeah,
weird,
yeah.
but that's the only thing that came up. Let's see. Who screamed louder when you first saw the snakes, spiders, or lizards
Oh,
out
there
there?
you go.
I think
Well, I haven't seen them.
she hasn't seen them, but
You
Noah did, and he was like more in shock more than anything else. He was just like, "Oh my God, there's a snake skin here," like
Oh,
he
the
wasn't.
snake skin.
Yeah,
Okay.
snake skin. Yep. What do you think is gonna be your favorite thing to do in the land? That's a good question, actually.
That is a good question. I honestly haven't even thought about it. Just having animals, I guess, like
Okay.
picking out the eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
mean,
I think for me, it's just being away from the city, being away from neighbors,
yeah, but it's saying like, what
Being-
are you most excited about doing on or what is it?
going outside and not seeing anybody. I think that's the best part for me. It's just going
I
outside.
mean, I guess I would agree because yeah,
Like,
but we were kind of over like the kind of more cookie cutter.
yeah, like the whole HOA thing. Like you can't go outside and do something. The HOA.
I mean, we do have a little bit kind of an HOA. It's not completely like, but it's.
There is no HOA. That's just
Oh,
the neighbors maybe saying something, but it's not an HOA.
okay.
Like before, we were on an HOA where everything is by the book.
But wasn't there like a list or? of
No,
things?
no, that's just more like a neighbor, being nice to the neighbors or whatever. But no,
Oh.
HOA is one thing, and no one really wants HOAs. And the good thing is we don't even have to pay an HOA fee every year, which we did a long time ago, and that was not cool. So so I'm looking forward to the animals, looking forward to not having neighbors, obviously, and looking forward to just having the space, right? So
I mean,
that's
we
what-
have neighbors, but like not seeing them
yes,
too
exactly.
much.
Yep. If the land had a name based on how it looks right now, what would it be? Wild.
I mean, it's not that wild though.
I think it's a little wild because obviously we haven't mowed it in like months, so right now it's looking wild.
But I've seen wilder lands. It's just.
Well, when we first got it, it was actually super wild.
Especially towards the lake. But
yeah.
remember, like when we were looking at Lake Nona area,
Right.
there was like literal trees like in every single part of the land.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty good. It's just like by the lake there was a lot of shrubs and.
Yeah, so we had to
stuff.
do a lot of land clearing just to get it to where it looks now, and I still got to do some more clearing, just not as much as I did when we first got the land. So, what is the first animal that we want to bring to the ranch and why?
I mean, I would like chickens, but I think we're going with cows first
Yeah,
because.
right. So this is more of a, I guess, technical thing. So by January 1st, we have to have cattle in the property and we have to have everything fenced for tax purposes. So we're gonna have cows in there. I have to have the water running there. And I have to have cattle and the whole fencing complete by January 1st. So I'm planning on having everything done probably by mid-November, especially because of the hurricane season. So I'm trying to get it done after hurricane season. So you guys are gonna be watching the whole fence thing, you know, as we build it. And I will for sure record and post on videos when the cattle first go in there. That's gonna be pretty cool, pretty fun. I intend to have 1 bull and 3 cows. Start with 4 and maybe breed them and expand as we, you know, get older and, you know, spend time over there. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. But chickens are definitely something that we want. You know,
We go for a lot of eggs.
the whole egg conversation can lead here for hours and hours. But, you know, I think, I kid you not, I think when we go to the store, you know, we pay $11 for a dozen of eggs at Publix, which I think it's insane, right? For the organic eggs, right?
We go through that in one
shot. Like if we have breakfast,
it's
it's literally
8 to
they'll
11
go
eggs.
in one
12
shot.
eggs.
I mean, I have my kids, right? And one of them eats like a cow. He just has an infinite
He's always hungry.
infinite stomach. He just continue eating, and eggs is just like part of it. So I think I can't wait to have 300 plus chickens,
Okay,
where we can
that's
have
all-
enough eggs
I don't know
and
about that.
sell to all my coworkers. But because they keep asking me, hey, when are you getting the chickens in
Yeah,
there?
but I don't think we're gonna start with no 300 chickens.
If you're gonna do it, you do it right. That's
Yeah.
always my mentality. So just
We're
load the whole chickens in there
Talk about that.
and, and then get some chickens in. So what's the problem with having that many chickens in your opinion?
The work. It's not
The
just
work.
like, what do you mean?
The-
Like you
the-
still have to. Well, I've seen like people have to bathe their chickens and stuff like that. It's not like.
Bathe their chickens?
Yeah, I've seen that because they get like their feathers get stuck and they can get sick and infections and stuff like that. I don't know. That's what I've seen. So we're not gonna start with no 300 chickens.
Okay, so we'll start with a few and then bump it up a notch after we get comfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, who's going to take care of the animals when it's raining, storming, or freezing?
This guy right here.
So
That's a no-brainer.
you're gonna help too, though, right?
I don't know. I got kids.
So let me ask you this: how would you feel? Because, and this is another subject, right? So, how would you feel if you fall in love with a cow, right? And the day comes where either the cow has to go, or, you know, it's time for the cow to die. Like, how are you gonna feel? Like, you know, for meat purposes or something.
Then we won't kill that one.
So, are you gonna see it as a pet, or are you gonna
I
see it?
I
as a
really
cow?
don't know. We just gotta. I don't know how my emotions are gonna be.
Gotcha. All right. If you could magically build one thing overnight, like today, what would it be?
I can build something magically overnight.
That should be a quick one. The house.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
mean, we're talking about the land. That threw me off. I thought that meant anything.
yeah, because there's different things you can do in the land. Obviously, you can do a barn. You can do.
No, yeah, the house.
So, what kind of animals do you want?
Chickens, cows. I would like a horse or two for fun. Those are the 3 main ones.
All
I don't know if I want sheep or I don't know. I have to see.
All right, so I definitely want obviously cows, cattle. I want goats.
I don't know if I want goats.
You have to have goats
Why?
because goats are goats. So you want to have goats. All right. Aside from those goats, we need sheep. Okay.
I don't know if I. Yeah.
You need sheep?
But we're gonna start with the 3
You
main
need
ones.
chickens,
Oh yeah, you want pigs?
and you want. Actually, you know what? For those that don't know me, I don't eat pork. Okay, I don't eat pork, but
He has.
but
I know it.
I will start once I grow my own pigs. Okay, so once we have our own pigs there,
She wants you.
let's go. Once we start, once we start growing and raising our little pigs, I will start eating pigs. I will start eating pork. So yeah. What did you dislike the most about your previous house?
I would say yard space was a big one, just because when you have kids, especially like I'm a stay-at-home mom, so yeah, with 3 little ones, you don't really go out much to like the park. At least for me, like it makes me anxious to go by myself to the park. He's always working, so going outside was something that I tried to incorporate, but it was just like not big enough of an area for them. So that's definitely, I think, one of the biggest ones. And then another one would be closet space for all the closets, really. Like even when we renovated we renovated the house, the second time we actually made our master closet bigger by kind of like cutting into our master bedroom, but still just not big enough for the both of us.
Yeah, I agree. The closets were pretty small.
Another third one, pantry.
Pantry, absolutely.
Especially as a family of 5 that we are, like it's just the pantry was just, and it was not tiny, but for a family of 5, it was just not practical for sure. Like just things didn't fit. And then we had like a random spot in the laundry room where we kind of like made like a extra mini pantry. And I mean, I guess it kind of worked, but it was annoying going from one section to the other section of the pantry to get stuff. So that's definitely the third.
Yeah, she's definitely right with everything. I think the closet, the pantry, the backyard space, there was too many things. And then for me, we did a lot of renovations throughout the years. We lived in the house for 10 years roughly?
Yeah.
And we did a lot of renovations twice during the 10 years. And
big renovations too.
Yeah, there was a lot of imperfections that I was never happy with during those renovations. So they always used to bother me. So I learned a lot of construction and everything else while I was at the house, which I'm going to use those skills and knowledge now towards the new house, which, by the way, we're not using a builder for the build.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing everything myself. I'm acting as an owner builder, which is kind of scary but exciting at the same time, because it's going to be a huge project and I'm managing everything myself. So why do I do that?
Saving on those big fees.
Saving fees is one, but nothing against builders, but builders typically keep 20-30% of the whole project, right? So if I can keep 20 to 30% for us to build a nicer house or a bigger house, that makes more sense. And everything is of course by code, right? So the city inspectors are still gonna come in and inspect everything to make sure it's getting done the right way. But yeah, I'm just, managing everything from start to end, and yeah, looking forward to that. This is probably going to be one of the biggest challenges for me in terms of,
it's already been challenging.
Yeah, it's been challenging already in terms of, living in this apartment, with a huge family, until the house is complete. So yeah, it's challenging, but it'll be worth it at the end for sure.
What are some other things that you didn't like about the previous house, or that you now want to change?
My garage floor. So
really?
Yeah, the garage floor looked cool in the beginning. It was one of those epoxy metallic floors, but I think the person that did the work did a terrible job. So I never liked it. I was never really happy with it.
I think the other thing I'm going to tell it for you is not having an office space.
An office, yeah.
We had more kids. He lost his office.
I lost my office, and for me, he
likes his office.
I need my office to do things.
As you can see.
Yeah, and even this is cramped up in a room where you guys can't see, and I will not show you. But there's cramped up with dressers and things for the kids and clothes and stuff. So, yeah, this is my little corner that you see here where I kind of get things done and everything else. But yeah, it's a lot for sure. Well, that wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for joining us in this Q&A. It's a short Q&A. Hopefully, you know,
Short.
I think it was pretty short, but thank you for joining. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe. You know, we're growing our little channel here. So, you know, anything you can do would be very, very helpful. But thank you guys. Stay tuned for episode number 3. I'm already working on the content for that one. So very, very exciting. And hopefully number 3 goes live in a week or less. No promises, but I'm working very hard on that, all right? So thanks again. If you have any questions that were not answered in this video, again, make sure you put them in the comments below. Thank you.